Okay then everyone, today we're at the Under game. I'm joined by Glyn, Neale and Tim Thraves. We're going to talk to them a little bit about their support for the club, what they thought of last season, what they think of this season. So, let's start with you, Glyn. If you could tell us a little bit of what you do for the club. You do a lot of camera work, don't you?
Yeah, video cameraman, been doing it for 14, 15 years now. You know, film all the games, put highlights on the website, film stuff then for the management team as well, you know, to look at. So, yeah.
Well, did you enjoy doing that then?
Well, it's part of me now, and I've been doing it for so long, you know, you get used to it and it's just part of me now. Yeah, I actually enjoy it. I wouldn't do it otherwise, you know, so yeah, it's great, it's great.
Nice one. So how long have you been supporting the club for then?
God, first game I saw was 1968, whatever that is, so it's a few
68.
years ago. Yeah, a few years.
Before even my parents were practically an idea.
Yeah,
you know?
so a long
Sorry
time.
to make you feel old, mate.
Yeah.
So what about yourself then, Tim?
I was going to say, wait till you come to me. 1957-58 was my first game.
Good God.
In the days of Brighton and Hove Albion, Swindon Town, who we play this season, Crystal Palace, and those were the teams that we were playing in those days in 3rd Division South. In front of crowds 10, 12, 14,000. And they were absolutely amazing days. But these are amazing days, aren't they, after that fantastic great escape last season. And those are moments like Wembley we'll never forget.
Oh, exactly. So, Tim, tell us a few things about what you do for the club. Obviously, the stadium announcer, you've done a lot of commentary work. I'd imagine you worked a lot with Glyn on that.
Stadium announcer with the club now in 3 spells. About 40 years ago, first of all at Somerton Park for many years, including it being the PA announcer for the Carl Zeiss Jena game and the European run, of course. And then again at Spitty Park in the conference days, and then coming now obviously from the conference to Rodney Parade, and then up to the Football League. And of course as well doing commentary for, when I started off many years ago, for Gwent Hospitals with Richard Shepherd, but then progressing when we had Newport City Radio, and then latterly of course with iRadio, and then the new thing which is coming into operation this season. So I tend to cover all the away games for commentary, because I can't combine the two for home games, doing the PA as well. So I solely do that for home games, do the away games for commentary, and Richard Shepherd and Charlie Brown do the commentary for the home games.
Great. So obviously you've been constantly reminded tonight that some of your commentary phrases are pretty popular around the club at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Obviously,
actually,
especially from Wembley.
Yeah, well, Jeff came to me tonight and he said they thought they should have a printed T-shirt of "Take your time, Lenny Pidgley, take your time," and I just got reminded again on the corner here by this young gentleman. So, but they were great days, weren't they? And it's just something which comes to your mind, you know. You say these things, you know, you're so delighted, something comes to you and you suddenly say it. And,
of course, yeah.
You know, I can remember the great victory at Hereford, 3-2. And I think Minchell got 2.
Minchell got 2 and...
yeah, Wilmot.
Although you did think it was jolly, didn't you, at first?
Well, the only reason I did say that was purely because the post was in my way. And no, seriously, I'm making excuses.
No.
He says the post was in my way, and that's what I thought. But then you can't get it right all the time.
No,
getting back to that with Lee Minchell, and never forget when he scored that header. I think my actual comment at that time was he climbed higher than the floodlit pylon to get that one in. You know, those are instant things that come to you. But great memories, great times. And last season, as Glyn would rightly point out, it was so memorable, those last few minutes, you know, to score right at the end, because we've now got another season where we've got to consolidate.
Yeah.
We have to stay in the Football League.
So I was going to come back to the Great Escape, obviously, to get the two of you back into the frame now. Yeah, as you say, I think it was... Traditionally, you wouldn't really celebrate, you know, saving yourselves from a relegation, but with this, we were dead and buried, really, though, weren't we?
Well, after Plymouth, we honestly thought, after losing 6-1, basically, like many supporters, I think the turning point was the game, which obviously we covered, was the Exeter City 1-0 away. Because to go there against a team that so nearly went up via the playoffs was a fantastic result. Yeah. The momentum was there at home, but we needed that one win away from home, and we got it at St James's Park. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, if we hadn't have won that, and not many teams are going there and getting anything. I mean, teams were even taking leads and losing them at the end as well, and we somehow had the resilience to hold on to it.
Well, we did, and you know, they talk about grounds being lucky for you. Over the years, I know we lost there 2-0, was it about 3 years ago, but so, you know, some of these grounds have been lucky for County.
Yeah.
Until last season, Wycombe Wanderers was one of them, which was lucky.
Portsmouth as well
Portsmouth was the classic case, winning 3-0, 2-0, 1-0 in 3 seasons there. These grounds, they're good to us. Accrington Stanley's the classic case. At the moment, since we've been back in the Football League, we haven't lost there. We've won 2 and drawn 1.
Well,
I think
that's
is
a good
the
point.
record.
So I think with what you say about the Great Escape and all that, we were winning games. It's like anything else. It's confidence. Once you start winning, it's like losing. Once you start losing, it's hard to stop. Once you start winning,
it's easy to win games. Well, obviously, it's never easy to win games in League Two, of course, no. But
confidence there.
The only thing we also we've got to all touch upon, and we're all very aware of, is the start of the season. Having these 4 games, 3 in the league away from home, and then Southend, where it's a cup game, you want to go as far as you can. But we really do need to get some points in those opening games. It's not they're going to be very difficult games.
Oh, of course they are.
It's a very difficult start. If we can get perhaps a win or 2, that would be incredible. But what we don't want to start doing, hopefully, it's not playing a lot of catch-up, because that is difficult. You know what happens in those situations.
Because it gets unnervy amongst the supporters. I mean, we've had 2 pretty miserable seasons. Obviously, last season we ended it on much more of a high than the season before. Yeah. We need to take that momentum into next season. So, are you happy with the business we've done so far during the summer?
I think so. I think, again, the emphasis has been where the goal's going to come from. Well, time's going to tell early on, isn't it? Because we did rely towards the end of last season in central defenders scoring goals, and that's been the case with O'Brien, and Dimitro has been a revelation. But you can't always rely on those boys to do it all the time, because they've got their other jobs to do, and their main jobs are to defend.
Yeah.
And you know, the goals have got to start coming from somewhere. And really, at the end of the day, we would hope that if they're not coming, then they're going to have to go out into somehow to get a couple more strikers in. The loan market's going to be vital.
For clubs like us,
right.
For clubs like us, the loan market is really vitally important. And, because we can't compete with a lot of clubs in this league. It's a simple fact.
Well, you look at Samuels, you look at Sheehan last year. They were great players for us.
I was going to mention them, and Resealy as well. Possibly through the most influential players for us throughout the season were on loan.
Well, they were the clubs at a much higher level, and you could see the pedigree was there, and they had it. And we probably again got to go to some of these sort of clubs, a league or 2 higher, and beg, steal, and borrow, and get some of these players. If you look at perhaps even a player like Regan Poole, he's gone to Justin now at Northampton for a season. Obviously, they're going to develop him further, possibly have a season there, and then he'll go on possibly to the next level. But we've got to be looking for players of a pedigree like that, but certainly strikers who are going to score goals, because that's what we need. We need somebody who's going to score 15, 20 goals. We can't rely on defenders every week. They did it for us for 7 or 8 games, didn't they? But we can't rely on that at the start of the season.
Absolutely not.
We've got to score goals. Although settle for 1-0, brilliant. That's what we did for the last few home games. But, some of these teams we're going to play, they're going to be good teams. Your Coventries, your Swindons of this world. There are teams like Lincoln who sold 6,000 season tickets. Teams like this, they've got money, they've got the momentum, they've got their own ground. It's very difficult for Newport County. We've got to compete, but certainly I would hope that we get a good start to the season.
I mean,
sorry, Glenn. Taking over.
So would you say League Two has opened up a little bit more now? Arguably, the 4 biggest teams have got promoted.
Probably. Chesterfield are going to do well this year. I think they're coming down. I think they're spending a bit of money. They're going to do well. Probably is a bit more open than last season for sure. Again, Lincoln obviously are going to be there. They've got the money behind them, haven't they?
Oh, they have.
Forest Green, Forest Green. They got money, but they never seem to use it wisely. I don't know. So, but I think generally it probably is a little bit more open than last season.
Well, I think that's true. But I mean, Forest Green, their average gates, what are they going to be? About 3.5 probably. But when you start coming to the bigger clubs, you know very well that if Coventry are top, they're going to get 15,000.
Yeah,
they're a big club.
They took over 40,000 at Wembley, didn't they?
Swindon are going to get 10,000 if they're up there. Lincoln, as they say, they're going to get 8,000-9,000 every week. These are teams who've got them financed, the collateral behind them, and they are going to do extremely well. There's no doubt about that. For us, survival is a massive thing, and the start and the momentum we get is vitally important.
How important will Michael Flynn be?
Well, look, you know, it's been amazing, isn't it? What he's done, I mean, it's incredible to have kept us up. There's no doubt about that. But like all things, he's so aware, you know, that the start is so very important. We know he's a motivator. It's big, you can see it. I mean, he's so up for it all the time, you know, and he's so approachable, he's so sociable, you know, with everyone. It doesn't matter who they are within the club, whether it's a player or you know, a supporter, anyone. Everyone's important to him. He's that sort of person. He's vitally important.
You know, that's why it goes back to me saying about the long system, because you've got Finney to motivate players, and you've got Lenny Lawrence there.
Oh, absolutely.
With his contacts, you know, for their own players. So that's why it's going to be very important.
Well, for an advice as well, Glyn. I think, you know, when you've been at that level he has and managed for 1,000 games, well, his experience will be invaluable. And you could probably turn around to Mike and say, well, look, this, that, and the other. It's going to be important, isn't it?
Then you notice how a lot of fan-owned clubs, they tend to have someone who's closely connected to the club, or at least closely connected to the local community. I mean, for example, you've got Wickham, I've got Gareth Ainsworth, ex-player.
Right.
AFC Wimbledon, I've got Neale Adley, ex-player. We've got Michael Flynn, local boy, ex-player.
That's right. It's such a big thing, you know, to have somebody who's got that connection with all the community, and that's really what it's all about, isn't it? It's getting everyone involved, and you know, there's so many different sort of facets of the club, aren't there? So many different things. You talk about the county and the community, all the good work that goes on, you know. That's got to be, so we're one unit. That's the important thing. It's not just sort of 5 individual units doing their own thing. We are all working for one thing.
Of course.
For Newport County.
I've always said we've got a very segmented support at the moment, and it's a bit of a shame, because if we came together, I feel like we put ourselves at a disadvantage straight away because we're so segmented. We don't sort of pull in the same direction.
Yeah.
Do you think that impacts us in a negative way?
I think it's very difficult, isn't it, really? I mean, the people do their best with what we've got.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very difficult thing. And I keep coming back to the point, and it's what we started to say. If you haven't got your own ground, it's very difficult to implement so many different things, because you're at a big, big disadvantage, aren't you? Don't you agree, Glyn? Yeah. It's a massive thing. And, you know, somehow we've got to have something. Nobody wants anything ostentatious, nothing big. We don't want a 20,000 stadium. We want a little 5,000-6,000 stadium, which is ours. Something we can build upon. Something that you can, even if it's a 2-sided one to start, as long as it meets Football League requirements, then the supporters can get together, the different sections within the club, and they can say, we need to raise money to build a new stand. We need money to do this and that. That's when people are coming together. But at the moment, it's a little bit here, there, and everywhere, isn't it?
I mean, we set ourselves more desirable targets then.
Yeah, I think that's
as a group of fans. Obviously, the supporters partnership. I've obviously got to start working a little bit more together. It's something I've always said.
That's probably the case, but I mean, everything comes back to what happens on there, doesn't it? Really,
of course.
And you've got to have results. And with the results, you get crowds. With crowds, you get income, enthusiasm, and then possibly you can do something. I mean, as I said, we're one of 92. We've got to maintain, we've got to hold on to that no matter what. Because when you look at the Wrexhams of this world, Lincoln have got back after 7 years, you know, Tranmere, you know, there are so many of these clubs now. The next year, only 2 of them are going to go up. Some of those clubs again will have another season, then another season in the conference. It's so difficult to get out. And while we've got this now, we have got to get better and build on it as a football club. So all the sections.
But if one thing this decade is teaching us at the moment is never write Newport County off.
Well, you will never ever write us off as a club. There's no doubt about that. And I think there are so many people with positives, you know, and we've got to look at those positives and go forward. That's my feeling. You know.
Yeah, that's quite right. You know, we got away with it last season. The season before, we got away with it. You know, we can't keep getting away with it, can we?
Well, this is the point. You see, you can't. You know, and this is the difficulty. You see, and okay, we finished in the same position 2 years running. We can't afford another season like that.
No.
We have got to have. I will settle now to finish 2 or 3 places above that, as long as we're about another 15 points clear come March. I mean, we'd all love that, wouldn't we?
I'd be happy above the top 20. A nice boring season with a little bit of a cup run, maybe.
Well, this is what we've all wanted, isn't it? We so nearly got it last season, didn't we? With the Liverpool thing, which was such a crying shame. But it didn't happen, and that was it. But yeah, a little cup run would be lovely, wouldn't it?
I'm sure our time will come.
Well, it's got to, isn't it?
Well, anyway, thanks a lot for that, guys. I've taken nearly 15 minutes of your lives, so
Don't worry about it. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thanks very much. Cheers.